Episode 1, you get to know Taylor, you get to know Cole, and then there's the others. They do their sticks, and they'll join forces together. That's basically it. Camera Org, second episode, Taylor gets jealous. Establishes that character for the whole series. Very good. Episode 3, which one was that? Episode 4 is about Danny and Max, the bulk and skull of the group, basically. Bulk and skull if they were Rangers. One's a big guy, one's a small guy. One of them's after love, like Skull was in one season, I think, with the piano and everything. Might not be true, but it felt like it. One is... Except this time, Skull or Max is the brains. Skull and Max is in trouble. Bulk is to save the day, pretty much. The Ball Org was pretty useful. It'd be pretty cool if that was the princess instead of Max, but whatever. It was a very good use. They use the graphics from... The adaptation of this was a lot better than Shinkenger for whatever reason. Maybe because Scott Page backed or whoever was in charge, but it felt like a lot more real. America's Shinkenger was so much better, and Power Ranger was so much worse than the original in the US footage. Morrow. Let's see, Awakening. Keller and Ancient Awakening. I think it's a lot of episodes, but I don't know. I felt like she could have been used like a Tommy, and then Zanaku would be another Tommy, and then Master Org would be like the real evil one, who was really evil Tommy. Varying degrees of Tommy. However, they wanted to do their own thing, which is pretty cool, and I admire them for that. I mean, it's not terrible, it just doesn't feel Power Ranger-y. Oh, Ancient Awakenings, the Tire Org captures the princess. I sort of felt at this point that they were sort of forcing Keller to be in the show. Like, other than the footage, why are they in the... What are their motivations? Why is Cole here, especially? He's a jungle guy, but... Like, he doesn't really have any motivations, not till later. They should all just be goofing around and not being together or working as a team. That feels very Power Rangers Force, which a lot of people didn't like. It does feel like a children-y tone, and as much as I felt like Time Force's tone was overrated and over Wikipedia retconned, I feel like there's certain problems here. Cole doesn't know what the orgs are or what the Machine Empire is. He doesn't know anything. He's the main character. It's very Wesley-ish, I'm guessing, or Gary Stu-ish. Taylor doesn't get along with anybody, so I don't understand why she's here. She can work by herself. Wishes in the Water. Max and Water Stories, The Bottle. It was a fantasy story for kids. Can't go wrong with that. It wasn't terrible. It worked. It was entertaining. Bare Necessities. Has to do with twins, has to do with Taylor's background as a soldier. Pretty short and to the point. Episode 8 to 9 of the Soulbird arc. Master Org is revealed and apparently killed Cole's parents. This could have been a really good payoff. It was dramatic. It was better than what they had in Power Rangers, so you have to applaud them for that, but it could have been a lot even better than that. Def, it didn't feel like the Frax moment. It felt like, although this is adapted a lot better, it feels like more cohesive to the story. It's not really a good payoff for the story. And Cole is a jungle kid. Like, should he care that his parents died? Like, the acting in the script doesn't feel like there's a story to set up there, and they could have played it off as if he's a jungle boy, and he doesn't care that his parents died, and he doesn't know who they are, and that in itself could have been really dark as well. Cole's too campy for it to work. They could have made him act for this one scene, and the contrast would have worked. But he didn't, so it didn't work. The Duke Org is shown. They find somebody. 10. Zanaku. I don't like how they flip-flop on Zanaku being evil. They say a line about they're only allowing to be 2 Drugorgs with Gindrax and Toxica. I would have liked if there was a payoff for that, like Gindrax or Toxica betraying the other and getting another Drugorg to join them, and then there'd be 2 Drugorgs there fighting Gindrax or Toxica. There'd be a Gindrax and Toxica breakup. Not really a meaningful line unless they were going to have dissension between the two. Clash of the Megazords. Sorry, whatever the name of the episode is. Taylor. Cole rivalry. The Taylor Cole rivalry is not like the Jason Tommy rivalry. No second in command. They could have done a lot more stuff with making an homage to Zoo Ranger or Power Rangers. The Ancient Mighty Morphin Power Rangers versus the modern day. The Ancient Wild Force versus the modern day. Those are interesting. He's basically Barai Zanaku, and that part was done well. I felt he was well cast, that actor. Looks a lot like that Mighty Ducks guy. Basham brother. The blood thing sort of seems forced. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if there's a plot hole to that, but I don't really recall, and nor do I really care. Dukes don't bleed. I don't really get that. They could have explained that they were like pollution or something, but they just say not Duke orgs, but all orgs don't bleed, which is very weird. It is dramatized whenever there is blood in the show, I guess. It makes you feel like the good guys have blood while the bad guys don't have blood, which is cool. I mentioned this arc before when I was doing the Twitch cast, and that was interesting. Overall, I don't see why. This is a lot better than the beginning of Turbo. Turbo in the beginning, 5 years before. No Tommy, basically. When they could have had him like the 5th, 6th Ranger, literally. Why Justin? This is all. There's a plot here, and it's entertaining enough. Not Justin goes go-karting or some dumb shit. It doesn't seem like they're trying to write anyone off, so there's nothing mean-spirited in this. They say the cast didn't get along. I don't know. I remember PR Toys will have to get going through that, but from what I saw, seemed like a enjoyable show. I like the production values, the water fountain that they ended in Princess Shayla appearing from was pretty cool. I didn't like how they flip-flop on Zanaku being evil or being a gray. That was not clear. This cool storyline for the relationship between the 6th Ranger and someone else female in the group, which is pretty cool. And I feel like they used Cole good enough, which, not every Red Ranger has to be badass. Seemed like a Red Rookie, seemed like a Lost Galaxy Red Ranger was pretty cool. Not really action trope, but I don't know, I thought he was entertaining enough. Not really very Power Ranger though. Or some changes are always good, especially when the franchise is this long.